Hey guys, it's Gigi. Welcome back to my kitchen. Come on in. Let me tell you what we're going to be cooking today. We are going to be making some Philly steak and cheese. I bought some hoagie buns at my Publix bakery, and I bought some shaved ribeye. I love this Heritage brand, and so I am going to go ahead, put a little oil in my pan, and I'm going to turn it on low. I'm still trying to get used to this thing, so I'm thinking medium to low is where I need it. So we're going to let that heat up. In the meantime, what I've done, I'm going to slide that back just for a minute while it's heating up. I have already got, for the sake of time, my peppers and my onions sliced up. But while our pan is heating up, I'm going to shred up some cheese to go on top of our Philly steak and cheese. I'm just gonna probably grate up about maybe a fourth of this block. This is an 8-ounce block. I'll probably do a fourth to a half of a block. 2 to 4 ounces. Just enough to put on the top of our sandwiches, and I pop them into my toaster oven and let the cheese melt and toast up on the top. So I'm not gonna need every bit of it. I think I will do just a little bit more though, while our pan is heating up. I've got it on about 2. And it's got a little green light on it. Right now it's red, but it's got a little green light on it. Once it's preheated, the green light will come on and tell me that it's ready. Okay, I think that's gonna be, and the cheese that I'm using is if I'd had mozzarella, I would have used that, but I had sharp white cheddar in the Tillamook, so that's what I'm using. It was between that, or I could have grated up some Colby Jack, but I just went with the white sharp cheddar. Okay, we got our peppers, onions, and our cheese ready. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be, let me grab my little tongs. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Heritage ribeye steak, shaved. I buy this in the Publix in the meat department, and I'm going to season it with a little bit. Y'all know I love my Montreal steak seasoning, and I've got a little bit of Kinder's Blend, just salt, pepper, and garlic, and I'm going to be dousing it with some Worcestershire sauce. So those are my seasonings that I will be using on my steak. It's starting to get warm. Matter of fact, I'll just drop a little piece in there and see if it's not quite ready. Let me let that finish heating up, and then we'll be ready. Once I get ready to put it in and it's preheated, I'll come back, okay? I thought while we were waiting on that to heat up, I would actually bring my cake plate live with y'all and let you see it up close. I just love it. I love it. So I'm gonna sit it over here because I don't want to break it. I thought I'd come back and show that to y'all. Y'all hear it starting to sizzle, so it's heating up. I've used this many times to make Philly steak and cheese, and I love this. I just love the Heritage brand. It's thinly shaved, It's always had a great ribeye flavor to it. And this might seem like a lot for just me and my husband, but this is something that's easy to put back in your pan, toss it in a little bit of butter or oil and heat it back up. Great for leftovers. Okay. I think I've got all of it out of there that I can get out of there. And this is shaved so thinly that it does not take it long at all. Let me grab my spoon rest so I can lay that down on there. I'm going to use that knife that I was chopping up my vegetables with. Get all of that off. Okay, so let's get our seasoning in there. Like I said, we're going to use the McCormick steak seasoning. Just giving that some more flavor. It'd be fine if you didn't put anything on it, but, you know. This is the Kinder's salt, pepper, and garlic. It's just their triple blend. The blend. And I like to just douse any kind of steak, really, with some Worcestershire sauce. Chicken, I use it on any kind of meat. I love this stuff. I don't use a lot because of the sodium content, and you can buy it in the low sodium, but I just love the flavor that it gives. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn that up just a little bit. And guys, I'm going to let this keep cooking, and then we'll come back when the meat is done, because I'm going to take it out, sit it over to the side, and use the liquid and the drippings and stuff from the steak. I'm going to put my peppers and my onions over there in it, so we'll come back. Okay, guys, I told you that this wouldn't take long at all for this thinly sliced meat to cook up, so I'm going to take it up. I'm going to put it in my bowl here, my glass bowl, and I'm going to sit it over to the side. Oh, it smells so good. And then we're going to put our onions and our peppers in these juices and let them cook up with some of that same flavor. Okay. Let's sit this over to the side. And guys, let's get our I'm just going to use my little tongs because I don't want to slide my cheese accidentally off in that pan either. So we're going to put our peppers and our onions in here and let them begin sauteing up. And just let them cook down, because you know there's going to be some juices that are going to render out of these vegetables. So we'll just let them cook until they're good and tender. And guys, this is going to take a minute or two, so I'll let these start cooking up. I'm going to turn my heat on up under them. And as soon as these get cooked up, we'll come back. And I just wanted to clarify something, because I know a lot of times when you can't see things that are out of sight, but I use totally different tongs with my vegetables and the meat that's done than I do with the same tongs that I handled the raw meat with. So I just wanted to come back and make that clear, that you knew that I had two different tongs laying here, okay? All right, we'll be back. Guys, while our veggies are continuing to stink, they're very tender, they're almost done, I'm going to add our steak back to our veggies. Let it all cook up together. In the meantime, I'm going to reduce my heat And I'm gonna pop a lid on this, just keeping it warm and just letting it simmer. Because what I'm gonna do now is I am going to take, I told y'all that I use, these are just rolls that they bake in the bakery at my Publix. It just says hoagie rolls, 4 count, baked from scratch. I buy these back in my bakery, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to take some of my butter that's softened, sitting at room temperature. I'm going to coat my hoagie rolls with a little butter on each side, just lightly. Then I'm gonna pop this in my toaster oven, and I'm gonna put it on about 350. I'm gonna put it on about 350 and let it toast up, and then I'll be back and we'll be ready to start assembling. We'll be ready to start assembling our sandwiches, okay? So let me put these in the toaster oven and then I'll come back. Now, like I said, normally I would use, well, traditionally on a Philly steak and cheese, you would use provolone cheese. But I use the cheese that I have. Yeah, I want y'all to look. Can you smell it? Oh, it's gonna be so, so good. So I've got it turned down. I'm just letting it keep warm while our toast is toasting up. But I wanted to show you, you can do whatever you want on the top of yours, okay? Your choices: mustard, ketchup, hot sauce, more hot sauce, sriracha. My husband likes things a little spicier than I do, so I even have jalapeno slices if that's what he would like. Now, I love mayonnaise and ketchup on mine. That's just what I like on mine. But you have options. You put on it whatever you like on it, okay? So I've got my toaster oven on 350, and I am just letting my hoagies toast up. So when those get done, we'll be back and we will assemble, okay? All righty, let's put these things together. First thing I'm gonna do is put a little mayonnaise on the bottom part. Now, I'm not gonna make my husband's yet, even though I've lightly toasted his. I'm not gonna make his. He's still a little bit from being home, and I want his to be hot when he gets here, so I'll put his together right before I'm getting ready to serve his. But what I like to do is I like to just take a little bit of mayonnaise on each side of my bread. I like to pop it back into the toaster and toast it just for a little bit longer once I put everything on top of it. I like to pop it back into the toaster oven. So what we're gonna do is we've got our meat, our steak, and our peppers and onions. So we're gonna go ahead and put them on the top of this. I've got this sitting on it because I just took it out of the toaster oven. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our mixture on this hoagie. I wish y'all could smell this. And y'all know a hoagie, it's not good if it ain't oozing and falling apart and coming all out the sides, because you want plenty of stuff on it. So we've got some peppers and we've got some onions, and we're gonna put some cheese on the top of it. Like I said, this is where I would put slices of provolone if I had it. But guys, I'm gonna pop this in the oven, let that cheese melt, and we'll come right back. I'm back. I want y'all to look at that sandwich. Doesn't that look delicious? Let me show it to you all the way around. What I'm gonna do, because I told y'all, I like ketchup on mine. Now, you could also, and if I had them here, I would have sauteed some mushrooms in some butter, and I would have put mushrooms on the top of this too. I just didn't have any, but this is what I had decided for our supper before I realized that I did not have any mushrooms. So Typically, I would put mushrooms on our Philly steak and cheese, but guys, all I do now is I just put some ketchup. And of course, you know, my little thing's gonna wanna act up because I'm on camera. I just put ketchup on mine. And I flip that little lid. I flip the lid. Okay? And then I just, like I said, it's ooey gooey messy. But that's when you know it's good. And then I just take and I just slice it. Make sure I can got this where y'all can see it. I'm gonna really need a napkin with this, guys. You've got your cheese and your peppers and your onions, all the flavors and the seasoning, and now all there is to do is to give it a taste test. Mm. Oh my. Yeah. That is so delicious. Oh my goodness. Y'all look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. Even if I am losing all my toppings, that's okay, right? My. Still see the steam coming off of it. Hey, put as little or as much as you want. It's your sandwich. I say pile it high and let it fall out. That is so, so delicious. Great flavor. Great flavor. And y'all, that is so simple and easy. They already shave your ribeye steak for you. Now you could get a ribeye and you can slice it up thin on your own. That's perfectly fine if you'd rather buy a ribeye steak and thinly slice it and cook it yourself. Cut your peppers and your onions up and your mushrooms if you have them. Make sure you've got some provolone cheese, even though this white cheddar cheese is delicious and it melts creamy too, so it's absolutely fine. But guys, look at that. Make you a Philly steak and cheese and enjoy yourself a delicious sandwich. I'm gonna go because I've kept you long enough. Thank you for hanging out with me one more time in my kitchen while I made up another recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll hit that like button, that share button, and all the things, you know, that we content creators appreciate you doing. So if I can, before I go, as I always do, let me please encourage you to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Be his mouthpiece, share his loving kindness with somebody. You won't have to look very far. And listen, if you don't want to go out and be a blessing to somebody, maybe invite somebody into your home. Say, listen, I'd like to have you over for lunch today. Just some girl time. I need the encouragement. Maybe you do too. I sense that you need the encouragement. Why don't I fix us a lunch, quick and easy? Why don't I fix us a lunch and have you over? And let's just enjoy some fellowship time together. It doesn't cost a lot and it doesn't take a lot of time and effort to be a blessing to somebody, okay? All right, guys, I'm gonna close. I'll see you again next time on our next video. Bye-bye.